Hey everybody. In this video, we're back in Patronville. This is my realm. At one time, this used to be just a big empty area of land. And Izzy the Tiger and I cleared the land. And then over on my Patreon page, I invited people to come play in this realm. So most of you have seen it before. But we're going to do kind of a flyby and kind of check out some of the new stuff. Now, one thing that's new is this trolley station. Yeah, Patronville has a trolley system, and you can see the track. You can ride a mine cart. We call it a trolley. But you can go all over the city in the mine cart. Now this station, there's a sign that says watch for trolley. You don't want to get ran over. This station is beautiful. Speaking of beautiful, look at the signs. The new update with the glow ink really makes these signs pop. And we're at the corner of Parker Street and First Avenue. And that's where this new trolley station is. Trolley Station North. Man, look at this place. Isn't that something? We're not going to ride this trolley at the moment. This station was inspired by, what's it say? King's Cross Station in London, England. So, if you're over in the UK and you are watching this, give us a shout out in the comments. King's Cross is where Harry boards the train to Hogwarts. So that's a reference from Harry Potter, I think, yeah. What's this over here? Well, that looks like me. I'll be. That's a couple of handsome guys right there. Huh. What do you know about that? This place is beautiful. Look up there at the top. There's a portrait of the pioneer founder of the area, Henry McDougal Handle. He was the one that founded and settled this area before anybody else. What do you call a train made of bubble gum? Answer: a choo-choo train. This is wonderful. Now, my memory is not what it used to be, but I think Izzy the Tiger built this. Push button and hold forward to start moving. So you get in a mine cart and just push the forward key, push one of these buttons. That'll get you off and down the track. That's a wonderful job. Wonderful job. Why can't I go upward? There we go. I look at the clock. That's pretty nice. Let's get a nice view. It's a pretty good sized building, too. Wow. So, yeah, that's the new trolley station. And I understand that there's going to be another one of these stations, probably over in the south side of the city, maybe. I'm not sure. So moving along, we have Labs Corporation, and down below are some houses along the water's edge. There's a hospital and a business building. That tall building with the green at the top, that's my roller coaster. Some of you have probably seen me ride that. If you're a citizen of Patronville and you haven't ridden the roller coaster, you should. It's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Over in the business building, you can see office workers working away inside. There's an empty floor. So it looks like all the floors are not rented. There's a top floor. We can peek in the windows. Empty, empty office workers. Empty, 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 empty. So it's a pretty tall building. And that's the way it is downtown. Oop, I'm in a tree. So here's Parker Street and 4th Avenue, and there's my house. That's where I live. Isn't that something? So moving along, the white building here is a hotel. And the big red brick building behind it is an apartment building. And one of the apartments has sort of a gruesome past. There's a bank. Here's a church down here. And here's a couple of buildings. I forget what they are. Maybe the sign will tip us off. What is that? How do you even pronounce that? Violentium Activity Center, owned by Casbah. There's the trolley station. Oh, over on the left you see the baseball field. Yeah. That's where the Patronville Jazz baseball team plays their home games. We were talking about the gruesome past of the apartment building. In one of these buildings, apparently there was a murder. Not sure. Yeah, it's this one. Yeah, you can see the blood splattered on the floor. You can see looks like some saws going on. People's heads laying around in there. It's pretty gruesome. I'm not sure what these window washer fellas are doing. But yeah, there's blood and guts in there. It's pretty bad. And there's lots of other interesting things in the apartment building. But we'll save that for another time. And over here, this is this is the top of what is this building? Oh, City Hall. Duh. You would think as the mayor of Patronville I would recognize City Hall, because the floor in here, the black and white checkered floor, that's my office. Here's a public works building, and it's connected to City Hall by this nice covered walking. There's a name for that. I don't know what the proper name is, but it kind of spans the two buildings. And there's a lot of neat stuff inside City Hall. Under the ground levels, there's different floors, and there's offices and stuff down there. City hotline dial 411. There's the Patronville laws and codes. If you play in this realm, we have a few rules, and having the rules makes it fun for everybody. And you have to abide by those. But inside, whoops, there's a City Hall directory, and there's a map of Patronville. I'm not sure how up to date the map is, but it looks like it could be fairly new. I don't see the trolley station on here yet. And up these stairs that goes to my office, and down these stairs leads to, here's Izzy the Tiger's office. He's the head of the city council. Here's public message boards. Patronville community message boards. Here's the elevators. These elevators will take you down to the various offices and stuff. The Patronville does have a city council, and down here, there's different things down here. This takes you to the subway. And there's different levels of subway. And you just hop on a cart and go. And the subway system can get you to many different places in the realm. And we do have a post office. And if you're a member of the realm, you have a post office box. And we can leave each other mail. And I do need to swing by there and get my mail sometime. And there's different ways to get to the post office. And you can get to the post office through this entrance, which is new. I think Izzy made this new entrance. Yeah. And my post office box is right here. And it says it's full. And someone put a temporary box down here. I guess Izzy did that. I don't have room in my inventory to get my mail. But as you can see, there's mailboxes for the different players. And players come and go. To play in the realm, you have to pledge a monthly pledge. And after 6 months before 6 months, you have to pledge a certain amount on Patreon. And after 6 months, then you can reduce your pledge to anything you want, and as long as it's $1, you can remain a standing member of the realm. It's kind of like my way of saying thank you. And how do we get back to where we were? Staff only. Inside of here is all the redstone and everything that makes all the houses have mailboxes, and if someone puts a piece of mail in your mailbox, a light at your house will light up telling you that you have mail. back to City Hall. Wait, is this how we came in? This isn't how we came in. But we are back in City Hall. And there's a portrait of Henry McDougall Handle, the founder. And there's a public food pantry. And I'm really getting sidetracked on all this stuff. I really didn't intend to show everybody everything about like what's underneath City Hall. But City Hall elevators, that's where we need to go. We can go down again. And we're in the business offices. All the department heads have offices. Like Director of Public Works has an office, and Director of Entertainment, and in the, the offices are pretty much decorated by the person that holds the office. Library has moved, construction due to start this year. So there was a library here. But there's been some things that are being changed up. Directory of Gaming. If you have a complaint, please keep it to yourself. Yeah, boy. Anyway, let's get out of here. I was trying to just show you an overview of the city. This goes down and down, different levels, but let's get back up. We want to keep going up, down. Okay. Yeah. Where are we now? Oh, public message boards. So we're getting close to the street level. That's street level right here. So over here, I haven't ran it past Izzy yet. I was thinking about changing the surface of the city streets. They look good the way they are, but I was thinking more of I don't know, I'll have to talk to them and maybe bring it up to the city council. There's a store. Rare Items Shop. The store sells a variety of unobtainable items. This tall building here. This is a Patronville cryptocurrency exchange. So if you want to buy some Bitcoin or something, this is the place to do it. And there's clerks at these windows. And you can buy different cryptocurrencies like over here. Cosmos, EOS, Solana, Avalanche, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Litecoin, Polkadot, different things like that. And some of you may know all about this kind of stuff. Here's your typical empty lot. These lots are just waiting for the next citizens. There's a nice building right here. I see people in there working. I forget, I think this is a law office. I think this is a bunch of lawyers. Patron Central Attorneys at Law. Yeah. That's a nice entrance to this big, tall building. I think this is a restaurant. Smokehouse, whiskey and cigar bar and grill. And lots of tall buildings. Here's a restaurant. Bistro 45. It's a nice enough looking place. Here's the University of Patronville. Bought and developed by Spicy Developments. Let me get a good look at this. Another citizen had started this building, if I'm not mistaken. And they kind of had to they moved away and they left the building unfinished. But hey, this looks great. It looks like it's been bought and developed by someone else. Let's get a peek inside the top floor office. Oh, there's a computer monitor. I see somebody over there. I'll have to tour this building in a separate video. I haven't been in that yet. There's quite a few of these buildings I haven't really been in yet, because this is a pretty big realm. And what I'm showing you here is nothing. There's the Patronville Police Department. They've got quite the antenna system on top of the building. At one time, all of these buildings had beacons, but we passed an ordinance where you couldn't have a beacon on your building in the city because it was kind of just cluttering up the sky. There's other little businesses, the tall buildings are toward the middle of the city, and around the edges are, shorter buildings. There's a question mark on top of this building. I'm not sure what that's all about. Someday we're going to look at that building. And looking down through there, you can see that goes underground. That's pretty neat. This is what's this building? I think this is a theater. I'm pretty sure that's a theater. And we're on North Lake Drive. We are open, please come in. Film. Yeah, this is a theater. There's different screens in there. I see a sign in there that says multiplex, ticketing and concessions straight ahead. So we're not going to go in there right now, but let's just take a peek in here. Wow. This is nice. Very nice. We'll come back someday and tour this building. Very nice. Here's a laundromat. There's some questionable activity that goes on at this laundromat. They call it the Lucky Laundromat. But I think what's happening in there is I think there's money laundering going on. And I have reasons for saying that, but I'm not going to go into it in this video. Is this the smokehouse? Yeah, we looked at this already. So here's some empty lots, and over here is a little harbor. Izzy the Tiger has I'm not going to tell you what it is, but he has quite the project planned for this area, I believe. So this wall right here represents the city limits, and the city limits kind of go out this way also. Over on my left, you remember the building in downtown that said Labs, L-A-B-S. That was their corporate headquarters. And here's one of their operations over here. All sorts of questionable things happen over here. It's a very secretive operation. But let's cross back over into the city. So the city is, it's filling up, and that's a wonderful thing. Down below is a park. It's a nice little place for people to eat their lunch. And here's a very cool building. And this one has been toured. I've toured this in a video, and PIOE, I forget what that stands for. We need the owner of this building, we need another sign. Maybe this is a sign. Yeah. Patronville Institute of Ecology. Yeah, PIOE, that's what that stands for. And we've been here before, and there's a lot of neat stuff in here. Lots of cool stuff, but you can go back and see that in some of my, in another one of my videos. Up Patronville is a creative mode gameplay, Minecraft gameplay, because we're builders. That's what we do here. We do get together occasionally for survival night, where we go cave clearing and stuff. And when we do that, we're in survival. And we're just trying to stay alive, and it gets pretty wild in some of those survival nights. Here's a nice building. Look at that. Wow, that's beautiful. It is beautiful. What is this place? Looking for a sign. All the buildings are supposed to have signs on them. They're all supposed to have their lot number on them also. So, if you're a citizen of Patronville and you don't have a sign on your building, please put one on, along with a lot number. It's like an address, you know. Same thing with your residential house. Maybe put a sign with your name so that we know who lives there, along with the street address, which is the lot number that you were originally assigned. Still in progress. Aviator 90. He is our newest citizen. And looks like he has a business of handcrafted furniture and also a lumber yard. And this lot was reserved for Nacho Vesper. I'll have to look to see if he still lives in Patronville, if he's still a citizen. He may have moved away. And when I say moved away, that means unpledged. You know. But there's a lot of beautiful residential homes down here. And each one has a story, it seems like. And they have basements and stuff, and there's a lot of crazy stuff down inside some of these homes. I mean, there's one over here, I think it's this one right below me. We call that the murder house. I don't want to go into it right now, but the things that are... It's even hard to talk about. There's dungeons and stuff inside some of these homes. I mean, you look across the city here, and you would never think about the things that I'm hinting toward goes on in some of these places. You have to be 21 or older to be a member of this realm. It's not because it's a filthy, dirty, disgusting place, because it's not. All of the players are wonderful, wonderful people. It's just that we want mature players that don't want to destroy other people's builds. Everyone here is kind and respectful. Whoops. I'm having a hard time keeping up in the air. In these homes, you know, if you're a member of Patronville, a citizen, you can go in other people's homes. People don't mind that you explore. And there's so much exploring to do inside these homes. like this one. Uh, this one has got this one's got some stuff underground that'll kind of blow your mind. Here's the city jail, and I've been recently informed that some inmates have escaped. Caution, do not feed, no feeding the inmates. But yeah, I was told today that some inmates have escaped. And the person that told me was asking me if I had been over here and accidentally let some inmates out, and I have not. But they're missing. I think he said there were 3 of them. And once again, the wall represents the city limits. And inside the city, we have building codes that you have to follow. But once you get out in the county and beyond, it's not so strict. And there's a lot of stuff out there. Look at these military airplanes and armored vehicles and stuff. Out there in the county, there's things like dance clubs, casinos. There's an underground mall with stores and restaurants, and there's dental offices and doctors' offices and stuff. It's pretty amazing. Over here is one of the older labs installation. I've done a video about the tragic accident that happened over here. It was so bad that they just closed it. You can see the S is on its side. The place is run down and dilapidated. So a very bad thing happened here. And somewhere in here there's a logbook that explains what happened. I think it's down there somewhere. It's a very spooky place to go at night. And here's a castle, and there's a lot of neat stuff down below this castle. And there's been a lot of building going on, outside the city. And it goes on and on for miles and miles. Back on the other side of the wall, once we're over here, we're in city limits. And these are some empty lots. These are larger lots than the original lots that are downtown. These are really big lots. Not sure what's going to end up being built here, but I'm looking forward to it. Here's a wharf. This is where ships unload. And you can see this nice sailing ship here in the harbor. You can see the skull, pyramid-looking thing. Over here is a hangar that has a blimp in it. It's actually a Zeppelin. It's a lot larger than it looks from up here. I mean, there's all sorts of stuff inside of the Zeppelin. Here's a little baseball field. And it was from here that we discovered Henry McDougall Handle's original homestead. You can see below me are the foundations in what's left of his fence, where I guess he kept some livestock or something. If you don't know who Henry McDougall Handle is, half of my videos revolve around Henry in his life. Another half are about this realm. But yeah, these are his ruins from, you know, Henry lived back in the 1800s, and of course, everything in the realm, all the videos are modern day. So at the time of looking at these ruins at this moment with me, Henry he's long gone. He left this earth a long time ago. We found a little entrance to his mine down there. So yeah, Henry founded this area. And there's the Patronville baseball field ballpark. Patronville has a hockey arena and there's a soccer complex. Here's the city pool. I've toured this in a video. I've even dived off of these diving boards and swam the pool. Here's a Patronville cemetery. Yeah. Kind of rough, isn't it? Yeah. There's some mausoleums. And when poking around in here in one video, I made a pretty spooky discovery here in these mausoleums. I'm not going to go into it in this video. Here's the lighthouse. This was an original structure to Patronville. I see all sorts of little icons have appeared at the top right of my screen. I have no idea what they are. I'm really not an expert Minecraft player. Not in any way. There's people out there that know what all this stuff means, but that's not me. Here's a big open expanse. I see a wolf down here and a cow. I hope that wolf isn't up to no good, thinking that he's going to take down that cow. Out there in the ocean, there's all sorts of things under the water. And it goes on for miles and miles. And up above, you can see some spaceships from Star Wars. And some of the stuff is so huge, it doesn't even draw until I get closer to it. I mean, look how large this is. I mean, it goes on. I think they call this a Star Destroyer or something. It's kind of a something that was in one of the Star Wars movies, I guess. And you can go inside of it. And it's just still going on. It's huge. I'm trying to remember who built it. I think Vinny built it. I don't think Vinny lives in Patronville anymore. I think he moved away, which is, like I said earlier, that's my way of saying it, the unpledged. Now, Vinny, if you're not aware, just in case you're not aware, you can come back, my friend, and pledge. As long as you're pledging $1, you still have access to the realm. Look at the engines on the back of this. I mean, if I go stand, I can go stand on one of these to kind of give you maybe an idea of how large this is. This is just one of the nozzles. Look at that. And that's just one nozzle of the engine. It's crazy. It's huge. And there's like I mentioned, all sorts of stuff under the water. Just go back over here. And there's some beacons. Try to picture all the buildings in downtown having beacons, and you can understand why we banned them. So, moving along the shoreline, you can see this is a park down here. This is Lighthouse Park. It's got some pretty cool things in it. There's a really neat complex below the ground somewhere around here. I don't remember how to get down there. Lots of neat stuff. There's as much things underground to look at as there is above ground. Here's a bar. This is what's the name of this place again? The Drunken Sheep. They have a second store or bar over at the mall. But this is the original. And there's something questionable about their beer. I think at one time, based on some of the equipment back here, we were suspecting that they were using seawater in their beer. Now, the owner of the Drunken Sheep denies it, fiercely denies it. So I think the jury's still out on that. Here's a power station. And here's a really neat billboard. It doesn't look like it's working right now. But if I'm not mistaken, this used to light up and flash. There's a great big bee. Look at the size of that bee. Where'd he go? He's over there somewhere. There he is. Here's a big billboard that says mini games. And this billboard used to flash too. All these letters used to light up. I don't know what's going on with the billboards. I don't know if they're broken. I know they're pretty complex. Inside there's all sorts of circuitry that make them work, but I'm definitely not a redstone type of guy. There's all sorts of buildings over here. There's some neat stuff. What is this place? This is a gumball. There's a lot of games. It's a game room, I guess. Lots of stuff. And the actual games, actually, I think they actually work. I'm not sure what this stuff over here is. Redstone Decay Demo. Wow. Look what happened when I pushed the button. Everything lit up, and then it just kind of fades away, decays. Not sure who built that. That's pretty neat. There's other stuff over here too. Pulse circuit for double dropper. Note, non-compared hopper is the one that's locked. Someone's got something going on over here. Not sure what they're doing, but something's happening. They're building something. I'm not sure what this place is. Oh, more games. Start game with the button on the ceiling. I know you want me to do it, but I'm not going to do it. I'm getting sidetracked. Is this my island? This island, future coastal home of Mayor R. That's me. I haven't had a chance to build my coastal home on my island yet, but I will someday. Now, we're going to end this video. It's almost an hour long. And what I've shown you in this video is nothing compared to, there's so much to this. It would take hours and hours and hours to show you everything here. But I'm going to end this video. I'm going to try to make it back over to my house. And after I end the video, I'm going to take a little break and wet my whistle, and I think I'll make another one after that. So we're going to land on the roof of my house. And this is where we'll start the next video. So, until then,